Levi Davis disappeared on the 29th of October 2022. 6 months on, his family are still no further forward in knowing his whereabouts or what happened to him. Here is what we know. Levi was last seen leaving an old Irish pub in Barcelona. The bartender he spoke to was probably the last person to see him alive. Since then, a number of theories have circulated surrounding his disappearance. I'm going to speak roughly about some of them. If you have any other suggestions or comments in regards to the circumstances behind his disappearance, please feel free to drop them in the comments, and together we can explore all these suggestions. Last week it was reported that cruise ship staff had tried to save a man in the water from drowning off the Barcelona's coast on the same day that Levi went missing. A life jacket was thrown into the water, but a search by Spanish police and Coast Guard found nothing. It was later reported. This has left the family wondering why they have never heard this information sooner. Why only months later? As you would have expected, that the PI that they did hire to try and track down Levi would have been able to find out this information. With him now being fired in February, this maybe is why, because he wasn't able to find them anything. Then the family will be questioning if a cartel is paying off Spanish police to keep things quiet, as after all, a recent request put before a judge to search the waters was refused, which was reported only a day or two ago. Spanish authorities had reported that Levi's phone was last registered with a phone tower at the far end of Barcelona's commercial port, near where the cruise staff had spotted a man in the water. It has been reported that 4 staff saw a man in the water near the port at approximately 6:30 AM on the 30th of October. The staff recalled specific details, including him asking for help in English and the colour of his clothing. This is where his passport was discovered a few days later. However, his phone and wallet has not been found. At the time of his disappearance, he was playing with the Working Raiders. He had also signed a record deal and gone on to stay with a friend, Richard Squire, in Ibiza to work on some songs. Squire said that he heard Davis off on the 28th of October in Ibiza town and has not heard from him since. Could this be linked to X Factor, The Rich and Powerful, where it's rumoured they exploit people sexually and blackmail them for the dark web? In a now deleted Instagram video by Levi, he stated that he was being blackmailed after meeting people at X Factor parties, and he was being drugged and filmed in the dark web. He also stated he was being blackmailed by criminals who threatened to kill him and his family. Could his disappearance be linked to his rumoured gambling debts, and could this be the work of UK gangsters? Another theory is that Levi was being hunted down by a Somalian gang over a £100,000 debt. Where is Levi's phone? Because on the 15th of December, a friend sent a message stating, "Please come home, I love you and miss you, XX." This message is showing as being read. This then links into another theory. Has Levi escaped his own death to escape the rumoured debts and blackmailing? All we do know is Levi seems to have vanished into thin air, with the Spanish authorities no further forward in solving this case, and the family and friends in limbo with no answers. If you have any thoughts, theories, rumours, or anything in regards to this, please feel free to drop a comment. I will respond to every single one of you in regards to this. If you would also like me to cover any other cases, please again drop in the comments where you would like me to cover. I have a couple more that I've been asked to cover on my previous accounts, so I will get round to all of them, I promise. And drop me a follow if you would like to hear other stories like this in regards to true crime.